This segment is about care over clicks. If someone you watch often says hold on, looks exhausted, or seems unwell, this isn't a call-out, it's a guide for chats, mods, and creators who want to help without harm. We're keeping this educational and compassionate, no diagnoses, no dogpiling. The goal is simple: protect people, reduce risk, and make it normal to log off, rest, and get real-world support.
She wouldn't even know. I posted it multiple times trying to tell people, if you care about this girl, you should be in the background right now. I'm going to say it again. The domestic violence hotline. Go to the website. There's a safety plan on there. Help Britney make a safety plan for her and those boys to get the fuck out. It is a recipe for disaster. I just wish she really would listen and go get Narcan and get it in the house and put it everywhere in
I
the
have
house.
Narcan. When I was I put in a chat. I didn't know if it would go. I thought it was blocked, so I didn't know it would go through. But I said something about, please make sure that there's, like, to the effect of getting Narcan in her house. And I have Narcan. I mean, I would be happy to send it, just, there. But there's, I mean, I even got an extra one because I was
I
like,
mean, it costs
I wish you
$38
would take
at
out.
it costs $38 at Walgreens. I'm sure she can pick up a couple vials herself.
Well, there's also, like where I live, I mean, I've been doxed out from here to Sunday, but I live in Nashville, and there's a program here where they actually have vending machines, and you can go and
Yes, they
you
have it in
just,
Cincinnati too. Yep.
and it's free, completely free, and you just, so depending on where you're located, and if anybody ever needs medications and can't afford that $36 or whatever it is, I'll be happy to go.
Well, I would point out too that you can also just Google free Narcan. You can put in shatterproof.org is an amazing organization. They will hook you up with Narcan, get it sent out right away. So there are many organizations that can make sure that you have it. But again, in the United States, it's really simple to get. Just go to your local pharmacy and you can pick it up. Just say that she could even be thinking that she's getting certain things off the street and they're not what they think that she's getting.
Oh.
So that happens a lot, especially now. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and especially in the area of the region of the nation that she's in. So I want to point that out too. I heard something about a certain blue. I'm just going to say she's most likely addicted to something that she doesn't even know she's addicted to, even.
What do you mean?
Because I mean that, okay, the last time I relapsed, one of my drugs of choice is benzos. I'll just say benzos. I won't say the name of the drug.
Okay.
Benzos. So I thought that I was buying them from somebody off the street, and it turned out that I was buying fentanyl, and I was doing it for 2 or 3 months, and I had no idea. They tasted like them and everything because they cut them. They put a little, just enough of the Xanax in there with them, so you have that. But yeah, I found out through, thank God, because at the time I was on maintenance medication. I went in to be tested, and they tested me, and they asked me, why are you positive for fentanyl? And that's how I found out. So yeah.
See, I don't understand why do dealers fuck with fentanyl? Like, you can kill someone and then you got a murder charge, not a drug dealing charge.
Because it doesn't take very much, Laura, and it's cheap.
Yeah.
That's why.
And the other thing is, that's scary about these street drugs is that you have these, in the past, when people were manufacturing pills at their house, like, at home or whatever, and selling them on the streets, you could usually tell the difference between that and something that was manufactured by,
Right.
but these pill presses and how they're making them are so different than how they used to be that they look very similar, if not,
Yeah.
Have any idea what the fuck I'm talking about at all? Can I talk a little bit about that, Laura?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So, like, I did a little bit when I did my live stream, but there's let me see, 5 different stages. They call them stages of recovery from addiction. Okay, so the stage one is the pre-contemplation phase, and that's denial of the problem. That is what I would say that Brittany is in. She's in the denial of the problem. It occurs the individual recognize that they're an addict, but not a problem, right? It's not a, they may recognize it, still not a problem, right? The second stage is contemplation. They're considering change. They're considering reducing, they're going to stop a little bit. They're starting to weigh the pros and cons. They're probably not ready for treatment, but they're talking about it or kind of hitting around it. That's that phase. Then you get to stage three. That's the preparation. You're actually planning for your sobriety. You're talking to your family about where you're going to go. You're making plans. You're reading about it. All the things you're preparing for your sobriety. Then there's the action phase where you are actually going in and you are getting treatment. Your confidence is going to increase. You're getting positive impact on your life. You're getting in therapy. All the things are happening. You're getting a relapse prevention plan, which is what I recommend for every single person in recovery to right away get a relapse prevention plan because you will relapse. Stage five is maintenance, and that's sustaining your sobriety. So those are the stages that I'm talking about. When I mention them, and a lot of people are like, "What the hell?" That's all I'm talking about is the different phases. And she's at the first one. She is in complete denial. She doesn't recognize it as a problem. There's no preparation. There's no plan for sobriety. That's where Brittany's at.
Yeah, I mean, he had I mean, both of the two of them combined couldn't spell Sal together, but
I really do think though that, and I know like people in recovery repeat this shit all the time, the whole jail institution death. But Laura keeps asking, like, what there is literally nothing that anybody online can do, nor is anybody online responsible. I don't care what she says to people. That is not the truth. Whatever happens to Brittany will be what happens to Brittany.
That's
Um,
true.
If this hit close to home, that's because you matter more than the content. Real support sounds like, we'll be here if you need to end early, and it looks like sharing resources instead of funding emergencies. If you or someone you love needs help, use the numbers on screen: 988 for mental health, 1-800-662-HELP for treatment options, and the National DV Hotline for safety planning. Pharmacies carry naloxone, and harm reduction groups can help today. Take a breath, set a boundary, and choose care. You're worth it.